all artists, all shades, you know. And again, thank you. I think it was El Popo. They wrote a little bit about us. So yeah, 153. Today we have our guest, Salma Glitz from
Yes.
Hoops and Glitz.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you, thank you, thank you. And Salma, how did you hear about us?
Well, actually, first, I heard about Zapote Cafe.
Subtech.
That's what's
Shout
up.
outs.
Yeah, shout out to them. I think it's amazing because, you know,
you.
representing the Oaxacan community.
We try.
Yeah. And then so through Zapote Cafe is where I heard about.
Have you ever been to the coffee shop?
No, I've been wanting to go so bad. I wanted to go today, but I got here late.
Yeah. We kind of have a weird schedule, but
Yeah.
hopefully you can make it in the
Yeah.
morning one of these days.
Definitely, I will. The food looks amazing.
We do have some French toast. Unless you're vegan, we do have a vegan wrap.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay. But yeah, and then Marco hit me up and asked me if I
Shout out
wanted
to
to be
Marco.
on. Yeah, shout out to him. And I was like, yeah, of course.
Sweet. So, Salma, how did Salma and Glitz come about?
So,
Did I get it right?
huh?
I got it right?
Yeah.
The name? Oh, sweet.
So basically, I began, I guess, Salma Glitz, just because I love glitter.
Glitter?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay. I get the name now. I get the name.
You know how people are like cat people and like puppy people? I'm a glitter people.
Or spider people like myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm a glitter person. I love glitter, so that's basically why I call myself that.
What year did you start?
um,
Is it recent? Or
oh, well, my business, I started
Yeah.
it maybe like 9 months ago. It hasn't been a year yet, so it's been very recent.
It's 9 months. 9 months is 9 months.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And did you attend to one of our events or not yet?
No, not yet. No.
And where was your recent one? Your most recent?
My most recent one was at a event called Art for Hearts, ran by the Pico Youth and Family Center in Santa Monica. And so it was a fundraiser to keep the youth center open, and they asked me to vend because I work with them as well. And so, yeah, that was my most recent event.
Sweet. No, I'm glad that you're also involved. I went to your page on your link. Um,
Oh, cool.
You know, I try to kind of get like a little bit of the before,
Yeah,
because I do like forget stuff.
yeah.
Hey, I'm not lying. But so Sam and Glitz, you said because you love glitter, you've been at it 9 months. Who inspired you, or why did you start? Like,
Well, actually, I started through the Pico Youth and Family Center. They had a program for youth and entrepreneurship. It was called Youthful Savings, and I was a part of it. And you start your own business and savings and, you know, management. And then I started it, and I love hoops. But I've always worn like the basic ones, like, you know.
basic.
So like I was like, you know what, like my I should incorporate something that I love to start my business. So I loved hoops and I loved glitter, and so I mixed it together, and it's Hoops and Glitz.
Nice. That's a good. That's dope. That you're because it's like you just starting up. And do you do just hoops, or do you have other items that you bend?
No, right now I'm just doing hoops. I do want to incorporate maybe like these shoes from Oaxaca.
The shoes from Oaxaca. We can get a close up from them. Mr. Henry, Mr. Hoken.
But yeah,
Appreciate your help, sir.
my mom wants me to include something of Oaxaca, and I'd be so down. So
That'd be dope.
yeah.
I'd be down. Like, I'll buy some for my sisters.
Yeah.
I have 2 sisters. And I'd be glad to support your business.
Yeah.
Just as everybody's been supporting the coffee shop. Thank you, guys. What part of Oaxaca are these from?
To be
If
honest,
you don't mind me asking.
My tia got them from the centro.
Okay.
So, to be honest, I think La Colula.
Okay, yeah, I'm
yeah.
familiar with that. What about your family? Are they from Oaxaca?
Yeah.
Or?
So I was born over there. All my family is, and we're from San Sebastián Abasolo.
Oh, Abasolo?
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Is that the town with the 2? There's like north and south, and it's divided.
probably, I don't even know, to be honest.
Yeah, I think
left
it's
there
that
when I
one.
was 10 months. So I don't know
But
that
like, I
much.
mean, they don't tell you
Yeah, yeah, but I just know that we're by Tlacolula and Tlacochahuaya.
Tlacochahoya and Tlacolula,
Yeah,
San Sebastian,
Abasolo.
Abasolo. Shout outs if you're watching.
Yeah,
We'll
shout
post
out
this
to
up
my
on YouTube.
people.
Do you speak? What do they
Dialect,
speak over there?
Zapoteco.
Okay,
Yeah.
Zapoteco. Because I met people and I'd be like, oh, you speak Zapoteco? They're like, nah, I speak Mije, Chinanteco. I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, but
I like being educated. Don't
yeah,
worry.
me too. But I know there's a lot of different forms of Zapoteco. Like I was talking to my friend, and she's Oaxacan, obviously, and
So you speak some?
a little bit. But my dad only taught me like how to say hi, how are you, and the bad words.
How do you say hi?
Shayu, yeah.
Shanu. Shanu ra yet ra Eskwilax hour.
Shayu.
I think that makes sense. The word. It sounds like the Zapoteco I speak.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Because that's how you say hello
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? What else you got up your
I
sleeve?
know like Wenka means like I'm good. What about you? And
How was
then
it?
Wenka?
Wenka?
Yeah.
That's how are you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's different from
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah, that's what my friend said. She said Shayu is the same, but everything else was different.
I'm trying to think of how I say welcome. I think it's just bio.
Oh, okay.
It's like saying enter, like
Yeah.
welcome to my home. Because I mean, I don't know your culture or family culture. Like we were raised like when somebody comes to your house, hey, here, sit down,
Yeah.
have you eat. Here's
Of
a
course.
bunch of food.
Of course.
Stuff yourself. Unfortunately, they'll be like, here, grab a soda, or some water. But it's
Yeah,
cool.
definitely.
Do you share that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess
Of course.
proud of who we are.
Yeah.
Our gente, we love each other. So yeah, like
Definitely.
I go to somebody's house, they're like, here. Like, no, I just ate. Like, no,
Nah,
I'm not
you
asking
don't
you,
eat
dog.
again.
Like, I'm not asking you.
Exactly.
You're gonna eat this.
Yeah, but yeah, I love my people. I love my culture.
Yeah, that'd be dope if you're able to incorporate
Yeah.
it into.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll get like some like comments, feedback, and in business, of course, like yourself, you're a businesswoman. You understand there's positive, negative, but it's just that you just gotta keep going,
Yeah.
doing what you're doing, representing, and just kind of giving back like you do
Of
with the.
course.
What was it that you called where you work? Do you help with the youth?
Oh, the youth center? Yeah. So I work with them. I'm a part of a club on campus at Santa Monica College.
Shout out Santa Monica College.
Yeah. So I'm the president of the Homegirl Homeboy Scholars. We advocate and outreach for first generation students as well as previously incarcerated students. So what we really try to do is be a support system to get previously incarcerated students and first generation students in higher education to pursue that because it's hard,
Is that a new club or?
we've been around since 2016, so it's fairly new.
Yeah, pretty new. Cause I
Yeah.
went to SMC for like
Oh, really?
like 2 semesters.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I reached out to the Latino Student Union, I believe.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's still around.
That's not.
Eh. But no, yeah, you're the homeboys and what was it?
Homegirl Homeboy Scholars.
Homegirls, homeboy scholars.
Yeah,
That's good that you have that program out there, because I mean,
definitely.
especially for first year students,
Yeah.
they always have that. They kind of get lost,
Yeah,
and then even like being like coming from an environment that you're not used to, you need
exactly.
some guidance.
Yes.
You guys provide all of
Yeah,
that for them.
Definitely. We're actually trying to start an actual resource. So we won't just be a club, but actually bring resources to students so they can thrive and we can continue to, succeed and not stay in positions that the system has made us to be in.
As I was mentioning, I read some of your online story, and it's talking about the DACA. And how do you feel about DACA?
To be honest,
If you're able to give your opinion.
I don't even know how I feel about DACA at this point. It's just so, I think what they're doing is like a whole new form of evil. They're just teasing undocumented folk and just, basically playing with us and playing with our rights. But I truly believe that we're gonna win. We have to win,
We
and we're
will
just gonna
win.
continue to fight because there's nothing else we can do, right?
Yeah, I'm actually a DACA recipient.
Okay, same.
Yeah,
Same
so
here.
we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
As I was telling people, because they'll look at me and they'll be like, no, but you don't fit the profile. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, but I'm in that. Like,
Yeah.
it affects all of us. Like,
Exactly.
you know, it's like just because it doesn't affect me directly doesn't mean I'm not part of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in there. Like, if one day they're like, all right, all DACA pa fuera, I'm out.
Nah.
Like, the Eskwilax is
I'm
gone.
not out. I'm not going nowhere.
Exactly, and that's why I tell them that's what we all have to, like, if you try to separate yourself, like, it's wrong because
Yeah.
we're all in it. Like,
Exactly.
especially if you're a recipient, you have that one advantage from that last
Yeah,
person.
definitely.
So it's great that you're able to provide your club,
Yeah.
lead it to, like, have keep it going, right? Because
Yeah.
so this is what, the second, third year,
Yeah.
and is it every year they have a different president?
Yeah. Usually, you can do a full year or one semester.
So besides like the club, what other how do you engage when it comes to like social issue like DACA?
Well, I honestly use the biggest platform we all have, which is social media. I think it's an amazing platform for anyone to speak on issues that they want to speak about. So I really talk a lot on my Instagram. I post everything that I think about, and especially political issues and social issues, because they need to be talked about. And yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you went through for the you no for the what is young entrepreneurs.
Uh-huh.
You went through that. How many steps is that? Is it hard to do?
It wasn't no, it wasn't that hard, but it was still like work.
I mean, I'm just saying in a stance of like the audience. Let's say some of the audience has never watched the show,
Yeah.
or like doesn't know, or let's say they're over there at SMC, and like they don't know how to go about it. Like, how would they go? Is there a website for that?
Okay, so right now the Pico Youth and Family Center is located on Lincoln and Pico in Santa Monica. So you can just go and ask when the next program will be, and it's called Youthful Savings. I believe it starts sometime in April. So yeah, you can just go check it out.
Is there a fee?
No, no, no.
You guys heard it.
Yeah,
That's one resource if you're out there
yeah,
trying to seek some help.
yes,
That's what we're
definitely.
about
Check
here.
that out.
Apart from being creative and artistic, we're also here to give out info on local issues.
Yes, definitely.
All right, let's see. Let's talk about a little bit about your Salma Glitz. Have you ever sold to any celebrities?
No, no, but that's the goal. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
goal.
No, I mean, that's what I was going to say. Like, what's your ultimate goal? I wanted to ask that last, but cool.
Well,
Yeah, what's your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is actually to make hoops out of gold, maybe glitter gold one day. Take it to that level.
Do you plan to have like a storefront? Like,
I don't think a storefront, just because I feel like I won't ever have enough time for that, just because I'm really focused on my education and social issues that I want to change. But definitely online. So.
yeah, I mean, online store's a store. I mean,
Oh, okay, then yeah.
you start getting like you're doing it yourself. The next thing you know, you got 2 people helping
Yeah.
you, 3 people, and it just snowballs. Next thing you know, you got a whole company.
Yeah. Hopefully, that's the goal.
Yeah, you guys heard it. You guys saw it here today at the Eskwilax Hour. That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And do you plan to like incorporate like Salma? Was it Glitz and Hoops?
No,
Sorry,
it's hoops and glitz.
Hoops and Glitz. See, I told you I was gonna mess up some point. Hoops and Glitz. Do you plan to like incorporate it with your social like?
Yes, definitely. All my money right now is gonna go towards well, I mean, this is like personal, but to my PhD. My goal is to get a PhD, and so for grad school. But after that, like, I completely want all my money to go to Oaxaca.
And what is your project in Oaxaca?
Resources and education, because Oaxaca is very, very, it's indigenous it's poor, it's marginalized, and I want my people to continue forward and no longer stay in a position where, we stay low, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great that you have that vision for not just for yourself, but for the gente over there. Cause
Of course, always goes back to that.
and yeah, it's awesome. Like cause like I said, like yourself, I haven't been there in years,
Me neither.
but I do remember how it was,
Yeah.
and it's like nothing compared over here.
No.
And over here, I believe that, yeah, I mean, and okay, like neighborhoods and have great opportunities such as this one is running the show. But when you go over there, you know there's
You
like
see it,
you're
like-
like freaking
Yeah.
privileged. Even if you're like right
Exactly.
here, you're like picking
Oh.
up.
Aunque estés
Cans.
jodido, like
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there,
yeah.
like más, man. Like
Yeah.
I always think about that. I remember the first time I went, it was just so
It's like a culture shock.
It's a culture shock, exactly. That's what it is. And I know that here in the States, we're marginalized. Black and brown and people of color in general, have second-class status. But over there, it's just a whole different level of poverty, of lack of education, of lack of resources. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy though how like the difference between like the wealth over there is like there's like a huge gap,
Yep,
and like you gotta go there to like believe what.
exactly. You really have to go there to believe it.
Like you don't even have to go to like Oaxaca. Like my friend, like he had a friend that he told, let's go to Tijuana, but not like the tourist side, but the
Yeah.
actual Tijuana. And they went, and the guy was like, no, it's just like downtown LA and
Yeah.
all this, que la cosa. But then like they went to TJ, and the guy was shocked that
The
how
houses
many.
are just made out of aluminum. Like it's really just crazy.
Yeah, but it's also over there just the whole system,
Yeah, it's the
starting with
whole
the
system.
top
Yep.
to the bottom. It's not even like it needs help. It
Yeah,
needs help.
yeah.
It needs big time
It's
help.
political too.
Exactly.
It's not just economic. It's social and political.
Yeah, because it's just a lot of injustice going
Yep.
back and forth. And like I said, it starts from the small town to like the big cities,
Yeah.
the small politics to the biggest one
Yep.
out there,
Yeah.
But everything that we're doing, hopefully it's a step closer
Yeah,
to
definitely.
helping.
It is. It is.
Who's your biggest influence? Or who are your biggest influences?
I feel like,
La jefa?
of course, of course, my sister, my mom, they're hardworking. I think that the main thing my parents taught me is to be hardworking. They didn't get an education, but they continue to succeed. And just people who keep staying strong and keep fighting and keep resisting a lot of this oppression we continue to feel. Everyone's my influence. Yeah.
No, that's great. And what about you say hoops and glitz, right? Hoops and glitz. What are your prices? Just in case anybody's watching, want to support you.
So nothing over $20, like I said, for Shadi's, but balling on a budget. Yeah, I just don't I wouldn't want to overprice anything. So nothing over 20. Yeah.
And it's available on your website, right? Or
No,
your
not
store?
right now. Just I'm
Instagram?
a vendor right now, but I have an Instagram and I will be opening up an Etsy shop. So.
On Instagram, you can actually get like a PayPal that's called like My PayPal or something.
Oh, really?
And you
I
can
didn't know
literally
that.
like post something on Instagram, and then on PayPal, like people can go like, I want to buy that. And
I
they
didn't
just
know
pay
that.
you through that.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, I've seen other what do you call it? Like store or just business that has to do with fashion. They do it like that. They'll like post something like this one piece of clothing that's like unique,
Yeah.
and they're like, this is $5, $10, and then like you can go to the link and they can pay you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
No, I mean, I didn't know that either until I saw it. I was like, hey, that works. Like, you put up, like, I don't know, like a painting or something, and then, like, $50, and then somebody will message you, like,
That's
and then,
cool. I'm gonna do that.
it works, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also saw some of the pictures in the background. Marco, are they still there? He's hiding them. Is that you? That looks like the downtown art walk.
No, that's at my last event, my most recent event at the Art for Hearts. I was
Yeah.
just outside.
Oh, and you have them the little tree, the
Yeah,
little
that's my setup.
presentation.
Yeah.
That's key.
Thanks. Yeah, that's me.
Was it cold that day?
Yeah. I was like a marshmallow.
Dope.
Yeah.
Let me see, Marco. Oh, there's more shots of you. Oaxaca relief efforts.
Yeah.
Is that something you're working on still, or is something?
Not at the moment, but it's something I did after the earthquake
Yeah, that's
in
sad.
Oaxaca.
Did you talk to your grandparents or your
Yeah,
family?
thankfully they were fine. Like my pueblo was pretty okay, but Ixtlactepec was was it the center?
The Epic Center?
Epicenter.
Epic Center?
Sorry.
You can.
The epicenter, and oh my God, my cousin went, and he sent me pictures, and it was horrible, and so like I organized, and I was able to raise $700, 9,000 pesos to get them goodies.
Well, that goes a long way. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
thank you for doing that for the gente. If nobody has thank you, we thank you here. I thank you personally because
Thank
if I had those, like I said, the opportunity to do that, and I would be able to. But
Yeah.
thank you.
I mean, like the media didn't show anything about them, and it's just fucked up, you know. And I needed to help them, so I did.
Yeah, and of course, if you're able to keep doing it, just let us know. Send us a link every time we're able
Yeah.
to. And if you ever want to collaborate with the cafe, just hit us up.
All right, thank
Let us
you.
know. And
I'm down.
what about this next one? Is that
That's my club.
is
Yeah,
your-
those
is
are
your
some of our
recent?
members. No, that was like maybe 2 semesters ago, but a lot of them are still our members. So
Are they all from Oaxaca or just different?
no, they're all from everywhere. Yeah, they just go to SMC.
Shout out SMC again.
Yeah.
I went there, but I dropped out. What do you got next, Marco? What you got for us?
That's another event of my club. We went to UCLA, and our founder organized a Know Your Rights in the Workplace workshop. So we
course.
went there. Yeah.
That's awesome that you're also involved in different issues, social
definitely,
issues.
man. We have to be like, we just have to flip this system upside down, and it starts by one person, and then another person.
Yeah, because you could always sit back and be like, I wish somebody was doing that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that they're that somebody.
Yeah,
They're the one. Like
exactly.
you're the one.
Yeah.
It's like just because you think you can't, but you can. Is it just more photos of your club?
Yeah, that's me speaking at a rally about DACA. My club organized, and other people actually organized a rally after DACA was like put on hold, and we walked out. We marched to Santa Monica City Hall to ask for representation as a city, and and I spoke, and it was really cool.
That's great. I mean, like I said, I'm one of those people that like somebody should do that, and
Yeah.
then I am like, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
I feel bad for not standing up. And people like yourself, you're a motivation for like the next generation.
Thank you. I
Like-
appreciate that.
Like I said, I don't know who's watching. If you guys are watching from home, DACA recipient,
I'm here for you.
she's here for you. And if you guys watching, take action.
Yes.
We're all in this boat together.
Exactly.
Just because you have your papeles doesn't mean you need to stop.
Privileged. Yeah.
But yeah, you got any other info you want to put out there for us? We got like a few minutes left. We got like 6 minutes, but it's cool.
Just follow my business page. I would appreciate your support. It's at Hoops N Glitz.
And you guys know the funds do go to a very, important fund, her education.
Yeah.
Education is important.
Yeah.
But as artists, myself, like I said, I dropped down. So those who can get their education, get your education. Stop
Yes.
being lazy. But yeah, Any more words for us?
I actually have a question for you.
I don't take questions.
Mm.
Okay, what's your question?
What part of Oaxaca are you from?
It's called San Lucas Quevini. It's by Tlacolola and Valles Centrales.
Okay.
It's next to Matatlan,
Okay.
between San Bartolomé and Kialana.
Yeah.
You can ask more questions. We got time. I'm being interviewed, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Let's flip the scroll. The script, right? How long have you been doing this?
Since 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, I started
That's
with that board right there.
That's cool.
And
That's
what he
really
was
cool.
doing, I would just paint. I was camera shy. I had no experience. Never been on a camera. Never held a mic.
Yeah.
Never spoke to people.
Yeah, I remember, like, I think about it, and I don't even remember how I started my activism. Like, I feel like it just happened overnight. I don't really recall it, but I remember, like, I don't know how I'm so comfortable now to speak, and I don't know, it's just crazy, I guess.
It's just time.
Yeah.
With time, you get experience.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you were probably like, somebody should do something about that.
Yeah, I think I was.
Then you're like,
probably.
nah, fuck that. I'm gonna do something
Yeah.
about that.
Probably.
And that's how it happens.
Yeah.
Like one day you're like, nah, this is injustice.
nah,
This is
I'm
like
gonna do
not fair.
Yeah, yeah. It just, I think people don't acknowledge that systems of oppression from since colonization still affect us today, and people think that the way we live, gang culture, machismo culture is just something that's new, but it's not. These are all products of colonization, and people don't acknowledge that, and I think that's why people stay so stuck in this mentality where you feel like you can't continue to strive, but you can. And I just want to let you guys know that, because it's really important to acknowledge where your ancestors come from, because they are the reason you are here, and everything they've done is because it's like for you, basically.
That's dope. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it takes that one person. And
Yeah.
maybe today you're that one person and they're watching and be like, I'm going to follow her example.
I love you.
I'm going to follow that example.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's important to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I wasn't able to do that, but I did have those visions, and I still have them, and I try to use this platform as much as I can.
I mean, like, your existence is resistance, you know?
There you go, guys. Your existence is resistance.
Yep.
Juntos.
Yes.
So let me see, what do we got? You got any more questions for myself? I like myself. Nah, just kidding.
That's good. You should. Everyone should love themselves.
Any questions in Zapoteco?
No, I can only cuss you out in Zapoteco.
I don't want that.
That's all my dad taught me.
No. But yeah, if you have another question, go ahead.
How long have you had the cafe open?
I've been there for 4 years.
Cool. That's really cool.
This year, the past year was like when it was like.
Yeah. Nah, I bet, man. It's a struggle out here.
And yeah, it was amazing how many people have come out and
Yeah.
support. How many people have stepped up, be like, I can help you, and like,
Yes.
you don't need to
definitely.
pay me. And I'm like, why? And they're like, cafe is a space where people come and like together, and like art, music, all this stuff that we've been doing.
Yeah.
People love it.
Exactly. Yeah, support Zapote Cafe.
Thank
I
you,
love
guys.
it. I love that you have that. It's really cool.
Thank you.
I feel
Thank you.
like it's my house.
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely stop by. Like I
I will.
said, right now we're laying low just because of what happened last Sunday.
Yeah, I saw. I was
But
like,
we'll
"Boo."
figure it out. Like, we're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
We've been resisting since like October.
Yeah.
Like closure. We've been like coming up with ideas from
Yeah.
like that todo.
Let me know. We could fundraise. I'm down to collab like as my club and the cafe.
I'm down.
I'm down too. Let's do
You
it.
tell me when. You
All
tell me
right.
tomorrow. We're there tomorrow.
Orale.
I'm serious.
All right, I'm down.
And so yeah, I mean, any last words, shout outs?
Shout out to my sister Alondra, because I know you're watching. I love you. I miss you. Yeah. Shout out to my parents, of course.
Everybody keep pushing.
Yes, definitely. Keep resisting, keep fighting. Don't let this administration win. Don't let this administration bring fear to you, because it's not worth it. We're still here and we're going to stay here. So, yeah.
Thank you again for taking the time.
Thank you
Coming
for
through.
having me. I appreciate it.
How do you say see you guys next time?
I don't know.
See you guys.
Yeah, see you guys next time.
I will see you guys next week with episode 154.
Woo!
I want to thank Salma for being here.
Yes!
And
Thank
another
you.
great episode. Thank you to Dronebox, Marco, Hoken, Elizabeth, Heroes, Timoy, and Jackie that came on. I will see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Vámonos a comerciales, compa.
Figgy baby, goodbye to begin with. Come on, yeah. All right. Yeah, mixed race, mixtape. Eskwilax, Boyle Heights. Yeah, start that over for me. Yeah. Yeah. Turn it up. Come on. Jay. Yeah. Jay. Come on. I say ride with me through my city streets. Last time in hometown for a while, just hitting me. I know you gonna be missing me. I'll be back in winter in time for me and dad to grab the Christmas tree. Until then, it's me and Big Bo's bright tires floating through your veins, waiting for a heart to be built. Churches like we got, more likely gonna find yourself another ark to be built. But thank God, most of you ain't like that. Looking like a We Are the World poster with a few more white dads. Low crime stats over zealous police. Call SWAT over like 3.
Peace in their minds, so they like to torture lives to feel free and relieved inside. But that's okay, I forgive them, 'cause I know they were trying to feel better by releasing that aggression. I'm just glad they did it to me and not somebody else. who would have dealt with it so differently instead of crying for help. I'm just hoping my wings will grow tonight so I could spread those fucking wings and just take off into the light. And as I fly, I'll shine bright as the stars in the sky. So look up high, I'm the brightest star you'll ever fucking find. Thank you. I'm just trying to show you where my passion and dedication for music comes from. I ain't in it for the fame. I already know the way they play their games. Well, I'm just trying my best to show where I came from. I'm just trying to show this world from the lightest to darkest, from the darkest to lightest of browns. That color doesn't matter to me. You are the same as me, a human being with the same colored blood that I bleed. She bleeds, he bleeds, we bleed, my LGBTQIA community. For they have silenced us, or at least they tried, due to the power of money. When money doesn't buy you happiness, money doesn't buy you freedom, money doesn't buy you the love of a woman or the love of a man. We have to pay to drink the water we were given on this land. We have to pay to eat the food we were given on this land. We have to pay to live and have an education. We have to pay to die.
Do you sing? Do you paint? Are you a photographer? Then hit us up on the Eskwilax Hour, live every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m., exclusively on dronebox.com.
Damn! Ahorita después de la agencia, ¿qué es la meta que sigue para ti?
Yo creo que ahorita, vaya, somos una agencia joven, tenemos 3 años apenas. Yo creo que va a seguir manteniendo la agencia, que crezca un poquito más, abrir horizontes. Tal vez tenemos planeado no solamente quedarnos produciendo y coreografiando en México, sino ir tal vez a otros lugares.
Otros países,
exactamente.
¿no? Exacto.
Y tal vez ya en un futuro, pues literal, lo que es como muy obvio, tener como mi propia escuela, con mi sistema de trabajo, junto con Omar, que es mi socio, y darle como esa retroalimentación a los alumnos. Y digo, si se puede dar las clases gratis, estaría increíble, ¿sabes? Tenerlos como internado.
O programas también,
exacto,
hacer programas para jóvenes así que, como tú dices, que no creen.
Exacto.
Again, I hold my grudges, you tied up the sins. You know I love you, no one above. You just wanna say what I'm thinking of. You hoping you cool and that everything's working. Letting you know all of this wasn't worth it. Choices I made wasn't on purpose. Now that you're gone, I feel fucking worthless. Like this shit made me a whole nother person. But you still left it, so I lost my purpose. Was it something I said, something I did? It was just shit you couldn't forgive. If it's not with you, then I cannot live. Picture the cars in the house and the kids. Now all of that was a story. Once upon a time was never meant for me. Feeling alone, shit started to bore me. Still stayed away from the girls in the 40s. All of my time and focused on rhyming. Laid out the plan, I started advising. Hoping you cool, hoping you fine when you doing yours and I'm doing mine. Shit, but didn't think I'd ever go and fuck it up. Didn't think I'd ever go and run amok. Didn't think you ever really give a fuck, ever give a fuck. Shit, I hope so. Now you tryna front, no that won't go. First I roll a blunt, then I blow smoke. Picking through some girls, any, mini, money, mo. Oh no, but didn't ever meant to be like that. I was supposed to come, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just bend the brush. Bend the brush. Make those little leaves and branches just pop right out at you. There he comes. Hey, little son of a gun's hiding your brush, and you just have to push him out. This is your world, your creation. Creation.
compare myself to none of y'all. Let's keep it real. You don't know my past. You don't know my life. You could try to walk a mile, but try and fill my shoes ain't easy to fill. It's best to catch a ride. This path of mine designed for your kind. I could tell by your eyes. I could tell by the tales that you tell when you're tell behind. You would tell lies. Tell me that I'm lying. Like my pride ain't riding. We sizing up the game like prey. Striving just to stake our claim. We drive in our lane, make way, make mistakes, make change. Make a name that don't age. It's all systems go, no breaks. Always on time but late, that's peace. I'm out. All these raps about shit you don't have, shit that don't last, shit with no math, shit that don't add, shit with less substance than the shit I just cracked. Shit makes me laugh, I swear.
Point is, that's when I started, which was like a year ago. But my very first like vegan event, because that was not a vegan event, I was like the only vegan vendor there.
That was good though, because
Yeah.
I mean, vegans always lack that. You know, there's not that many people doing what you're doing, so.
Yeah, and I wanted to be there too because people in our community, it's not accessible to them. And when they tried my champurrado, they were like, oh my God, I can't believe this is vegan. And I was like, yeah, consider it. Consider going vegan and stuff. So a year, in March, it's gonna be a year.
That's, yeah, because I thought you have been doing it for like years.
No.
But that's good though, that's good. That's how you know it's, like it's been doing well.
Yeah, and
as a business.
It's like behind the scenes, it's just me. Behind the scenes, like I do on my logos, on my website, my social media, everything. When I'm on site on my pop-ups, I do have the help of my family.
And do you have any words for like other Mexican vegans that feel like in that situation, like at home, like during holidays and stuff? Like, what would you say to them? Like, what would be the best way to handle it? Like, their family would be like, here, eat turkey, like now.
Man.
Get rid of this vegan thing. They
Well,
say that. Trust
yeah,
me.
no, I know. Like, and they sabotage me too. Still, like my grandma would be like, you know, making arroz con leche, and I have almond milk in the fridge, and she'd be like, es que se me olvidó que no tomas leche de vaca. I was like, what? This is it's not that hard, grandma. Like, she plays the age card, you know. Es que ya estoy viejita, you know. And I'm like, come on, grandma, I can't eat. I'm not, you know. It breaks my heart, but I don't. It really depends also on the family because I've been really lucky. My family has been really supportive.
Buddy, the Eskwilax Hour on Dronebox Art Blitz with Matt. Thank you guys for watching live. Yeah, what's up everybody out there? And we are honored to have Saber right here to talk to. I mean, I don't know if you guys kept up since day one. You know how we started? It was just me and the board doing some graph, just practicing the graph I used to do when I was a youngster. And one of the people that I used to see a lot in the magazines was your stuff, man. The big piece on the river.
The big piece on the river.
What year was that?
That was 1997.
1997. And I remember seeing it in like 2005, 2004.
Yeah. It sat for about 12 years.
12 years?
12 years it sat. Of course, it got dissed at one point.
Yeah, I seen that.
And I went back and fixed it. And then the Army Corps of Engineers is the ones that, if you see there's a little dot right there in the middle, that's me.
We're glad to have you here today and telling us a little about the gelatinas.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider it like resin art, these? The same technique?
Yeah,
but
right?
using resin?
I think it would be hard because you have to work with this soft material, you know, and if you don't get it right, it just won't turn out. It'll cut right into it. The colors will bleed and everything. So you really have to know your stuff when you're working with it. For Valentine's Day.
That's fancy.
Yeah. But I don't know. Take a bite out of one and see if you like it.
Which one's the champagne one?
Right here. This one's champagne.
Cool. I think I'll just go for it.
Go
just
for
kinda
it.
Grab it. Oh. The texture. I was like, oh, it's going to be a different texture. I thought I was going to get like all over my fingers, but it's cool. It's a little... Hold up. You guys want to see me?
Get on in there.
Try this. good.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys need to hop on this for that Valentine's.
Yeah.
He'd say, "Oh yeah." Henry's like, "I'm getting a box."
Yeah, get some for your special someone or even just for yourself.
He said for all the noyas.
Hey everybody, welcome to Drome Food. I'm your host Nolan Silverstein, and today we're going to be preparing cream of tomato soup with basil. Very easy recipe, but something that a lot of people don't know how to do. Here we have everything you need to cook your tomato basil soup. We have 2 pounds of tomatoes, 1 brown onion, dried basil, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1/2 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, salt, pepper, and 2 cups of vegetable stock. You may need up to 4 cups of vegetable stock for this recipe. Now that we have peeled and de-seeded our tomatoes, I'm going to show you how to make a simple tomato basil soup. So I have my tomatoes right here, and they need to be diced. You can choose to remove the top part of the tomato before you dice or after. I'm not that worried about it. Now we've diced our tomatoes. They're going to go into a bowl with their juices. Now I need 1/2 of a brown onion. I'm going to dice this. So I'm just going to cut vertically into this onion. And then now I'm going to combine my onion with 2 tablespoons of salted butter in a medium-sized saucepan. And we're going to cook those onions until they are translucent. At this point, we need to make a distinction in our kinds of basil. So I have dried basil. If you're using dried basil, you can go ahead and add it to your recipe right now. If you're using fresh basil, you want to wait until the very end of cooking to add your basil. I'm going to grab about 4 or 5 basil leaves, and I'm going to crumple these into the pan with our butter and our onion. There you go. So let your butter and your onions and basil cook for about 5 minutes on a medium-low heat. So now we're going to turn our heat on to super high, as high as we can get it pretty much. We're going to add our tomatoes. We're going to bring those up to a boil and cook them for about 5 to 10 minutes on a high heat. After about 5 or 6 minutes, time to stir your soup. Make sure nothing's burning to the bottom of the pan. This needs to cook for 5 more minutes on a high heat. I'll set up my blender. Turn off the heat under your soup. Let that cool down for a few seconds. We're going to transfer the contents of our saucepan into our blender. Combine a half cup of heavy cream. Like that. That's going to go into the blender. And we're also going to add 2 cups of vegetable stock. I'll place this onto our blender. Now be careful to cover your blender with a towel, not with the original top. That way pressure does not build up in the container. I'm going to blend this on a high blend for about 30 seconds to a minute. There you go, looks like the right consistency. Now it is time to serve our soup. There we go, perfect tomato basil soup. Thank you for watching Jerome Food. You're watching JeromeBox.com. Hey everybody, welcome to Jerome Food. I am your host, Nolan Silverstein, and tonight we're going to be preparing Vichy carrots. Our ingredients for our Vichy carrots are going to be orange carrots, butter, sugar, and water. First thing we're going to do is peel our carrots. So these are Finley Farms orange carrots. I'm just going to peel them up. Very aromatic. Here's our peeled carrots, 1 bunch of carrots. We're just going to chop. There we go. There are our diced carrots for our Vichy style carrot. These are going to go into a skillet. Make sure you don't overcrowd the skillet, so I'm using about, I think, a 10-inch skillet, which is perfect for this amount of carrot. And to this pan, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Here, just put it right down in there. And add a 1/4 cup of water. And 2 teaspoons of white granulated sugar. There we go. Now you can add salt now, or you can wait to add salt. I'm going to wait. There is salt in the butter. Just sort of stir that up a little bit and put that on your burner right here. And I'm going to put this onto a medium-high heat and let that cook for about 20 minutes. And we'll come back to that once the butter and everything is melted. No real need to do anything to your Vichy-style carrots while they are cooking and glazing. What's going to happen is the water is going to boil out of that pan, leaving only butter and sugar, which will form our glaze. So essentially, we're steaming the carrots until they run out of liquid, and then we are just allowing them to glaze themselves with the combination of fat and sugar. Here we have Vichy-style carrots. You're watching Jerome Food. Thank you for watching JeromeBox.com. Hey everyone, welcome to Jerome Food. I'm your host, Nolan Silverstein. We're going to be showing you how to make rosemary garlic vinaigrette. So what you're going to need is some heirloom garlic, rosemary, red wine vinegar, and olive oil. You're also going to need a mason jar, salt and pepper, which I have right here. That's it for our vinaigrette. It's a very simple recipe, but it will take you a long way once you learn how to do it. We're going to start by breaking down our rosemary. We need half of a teaspoon of fresh rosemary. Just grab one stick of rosemary, and all you have to do is peel off a number of the leaves, like that. That's way more than half a teaspoon right now. We're going to grab our chef's knife and just give this a thorough chop. And you don't want your rosemary to be too big when it goes into the recipe, otherwise it might have a bit of a unfriendly texture to anyone who eats these pieces. You want your rosemary chopped really small. All right, so I want a half a teaspoon of freshly chopped rosemary. Sort of leveled off, so there we go. 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary going into our jar. The rest of that can be saved for later. Next up, we need 1 clove of garlic. Use a pretty large clove. This is heirloom garlic, right there. And I want to smash this clove of garlic. I like to use just, there we go, the blade of the knife. And we're going to mince this garlic. There we go. Add all of your garlic into your mason jar with your rosemary. And now we're going to add our red wine vinegar. So something to keep in mind if you're making a salad dressing is that your ratio of vinegar to oil is almost universally going to be a 3-to-1 ratio. So we have 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar in this recipe and 6 tablespoons of olive oil, and that's going to be the same if you double or half the recipe. It's always 3-to-1 with vinegar, 3-to-1. So 1 tablespoon. There we go. 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar are now combined with our rosemary and our garlic. And before we add our olive oil, we're going to let these marinate for 20 minutes. So that will marinate the garlic, break it down with the vinegar, and pickle it a little bit. And same thing for the rosemary. So our salad dressing has now been marinating for about 20 minutes, which means it's time to add our fat, which is olive oil. And I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of olive oil. There we go. We're just going to shake our dressing and create an emulsion through the power of shaking. So there we go, perfectly emulsified. Very easy to make this kind of salad dressing. Now the downside of creating your emulsion this way is that it is less stable than an emulsion that is made through whisking hard in a bowl. So you will have to shake the salad dressing before serving. But the emulsion will hold long enough to serve. Thank you for watching Jerome Food. You're watching JeromeBox.com.
I am a baby artichoke. You see, I was picked when I was young. I have developed a hard outer skin, but there is still good softness inside of me, yes. but you must work to get inside.